Good morning, ma'am. Please allow me to introduce myself. My name is Ahmad Rifki Wahyu Firmansyah. I am from TRKK A class. Here I will explain as a electrical technical officer on a ship. My primary responsibility is to maintain, monitor, and troubleshoot the electrical and electronic system aboard the vessel, ensuring their proper functionality and safety. This involves overseeing the operation of various equipment such as navigation system, communication device, alarm system, and the ship's electrical generation and distribution system. I also work closely with the engineering team to ensure the smooth operation of the ship's machinery. Daily responsibility in the engine room. Monitoring the electrical equipment, I regularly monitor the performance of the ship's electrical system, including generator, switchboard, and circuit breakers. I ensure that the power generation and distribution system are running within the accurate parameter troubleshooting and repair. If any electrical equipment malfunction, I'm responsible for diagnosing and repairing the issue. This can involve anything from addressing issues with the lighting system to more complex problems with the propulsion system electrical components. Maintenance and testing. Daily maintenance of electrical and electronic equipment is crucial. This includes checking the condition of batteries, testing emergency system like the backup generator, and ensuring that the ship's radar, navigation, and communication system are fully functional. I also perform preventive maintenance checks to avoid system failures and increase the longevity of the equipment. Calibration and updating. I ensure that all sensor, alarm, and other monitoring devices are properly calibrated. This is critical for the safety on the ship and the crew, as these devices are designed to alert the crew to any potential issue with the vessel system. Let's take the starter motor as an electrical system part. The starter motor is an essential component for starting the engine on a vessel. It converts electrical energy into mechanical energy to rotate the engine and initiate the combustion process. There is a breakdown of its function and how it contributes to the engine. Function of the starter motor. Intense engine cranking. The starter motor primary function is to crank the engine by rotating the flywheel. When the start button or switch pressed, electrical current from the ship's battery is supplied to starter motor. The motor then activates a gear reduction mechanism or planetary gears to provide sufficient torque to turn the engine's crankshaft. Engaged with the engine flywheel. The starter motor is connected to the flywheel via a starter bending mechanism. When the motor starts spinning, it engages with the flywheel to rotate the engine. Once the engine starts and the internal combustion begins, the starter motor is disengaged from the flywheel, convert electrical energy to mechanical energy. Electrical energy from the battery is converted into mechanical energy by starter motor. This mechanical energy is essential to start the engine, since the engine cannot begin combustion without the essential rotation. How it contributes to the engine. Starting the engine. Ensuring efficient engine. By providing the initial rotation needed to start the engine, the starter motor prevents the engine from experiencing unnecessary wear during startup. Once the engine is running, the starter motor is descended and the internal combustion process takes over. In the event of a fire breaking out in the engine room, the first action I will take is to activate the fire alarm system. Immediately to alert the crew and intend emergency procedure. I will then attempt to assess the fire location and size to decide the appropriate method of containment and whether it's safe to attempt extinction in or evacuation is necessary. The safety equipment to be used will include fire extinguisher, especially CO2 or dry powder extinguisher for electrical fires, and foam or water mesh system for other type of fire. The ship should also have fire hose in place if needed. It's critical to use the right type of fire suppression equipment for the specific kind of fire. Once I've taken immediate action to try and control the fire, I will report the situation to my supervisor or the officer in charge. I will use the emergency communication system to notify them of the fire location, the extent of the fire, and the step I have taken to contain it. It's also essential to communicate if additional firefighting resources of crew members are needed. This ensures proper coordination of efforts to prevent the situation from worsening. Thank you. Good morning.